Okay, my lovelies, good morning. Thank you for joining me on the mat and just starting where you're most comfortable today. And just checking in with how you're feeling. Have you woken up all full of beans or a little bit slow this morning and need to take things more gently? Just notice how you're feeling in the moment. And honour that. Our energy is always changing all the time. So just honouring where you are. Coming to your breath. And just using these precious moments to tune into your inhale and your exhale. Because they are precious. Especially when you come across people who are suffering and a little bit challenged in life, and we all know many people like this. So when you do feel okay in yourself and you can just connect with your breath and your mind feels still and calm, that is a really sort of treasured time. Acknowledging anything that you need to be gentle with, if it's back or hips or knees. But also noticing where you're feeling good. Has your spirit got a smile on itself today? Are you feeling good? So just ground down. Just scan through your chakras. Let's start from the root. Are you feeling grounded? Happy in this place you take up on the earth? Checking in with lower belly, our sacral. How's life flowing? How are your relationships? How's your emotions at the moment? And in solar plexus, checking in with that self-worth. And it's nice to acknowledge a healthy self-worth rather than it being deflated or an overinflated ego. Heart center, that compassion that you have for yourself and others, and in our throat. How's your internal dialogue been lately? Has it been positive and talking about lovely, joyful things, or do we come back to the downers quite often and what's in the news? And then just checking in with your third eye and your crown, your intuition center, and our spiritual connection. And so we'll start our stretches. Joining me lying down if you aren't already. And then on your next inhale, right arm up and over. Simple movement, just exploring how it feels today. Let's flex the foot, toes lifted, and then just gently lowering the leg, raising the arm, stretching the fingers. How tight are you in your calf muscle? How does it feel around your thigh? Pointing toes. And then exhale, release. And remembering you don't have to hold your breath while you're doing that, still breathing. And then left side. Arm over on the inhale. Flexing foot. A lovely stretch here. Feeling that engagement around the thigh and the knee. And then pointing. Lovely stretch into the arm. And then exhaling, arm down. Just take a moment, a breath in Shavasana, palms up. And then we'll take an inhale with both arms over. And here your chin just sort of naturally tucks in a little. And really enjoy this full body stretch. So flexing feet and pointing toes. Working the ankles. Okay, and when you're ready, just exhale, arms down. Take a few moments, maybe take a nice long sigh here. And drawing right knee in. Hands around the shin. Deep breath. Fill the belly, fill the chest. And then exhale. Coming up. Hold the breath just for a moment. And then when you're ready, inhale down. Other side. Taking a Nice deep breath in here. Exhale up. That lovely deep breath you get when you take in, and then the lovely long exhale, feeling the belly fall to the spine. Hold the breath. And then inhale down. And then last time with both knees in, doing it again, deep breath. And squeeze all the air out as you exhale. And inhale down. How often in our day-to-day life do we actually feel like the lungs inflate fully and then completely empty of air? I think so often we are breathing very kind of half-heartedly, half in and then half out. So it's lovely just to sort of expel everything every now and then. So just having a nice rock here. Let's take hands and feet up into the air, stretching fingers and toes and then curling them, and fists with your thumbs in and out. In the warmer weather, you might feel like the fingers swell a little, so just noticing here. And then we'll take the wrists and feet, ankles backwards and forwards. Just pausing for a moment, enjoying that stretch over and under the wrists. And then we can just circle, rotating feet and hands and wrists. Another way. What's more clicky today, the hands or the feet? And then lowering arms down, legs still raised, we'll cycle to warm up our knees. How does this motion feel? Does it feel fluid or is it a little bit resistant? Let's go the other way. And as you go the other way, you might feel like you need to engage a little bit more in the core muscles, coordinate more. And we'll lower the knees down. Just have a little moment to rest. Relax the belly, soften through the lower back. And then left foot down, right leg up for hip circles. How wide can you swing your leg? How does it feel? And another way a few times. Lovely. Other side. Left side. Do they feel balanced? Or are they feeling a little bit out of balance? Right and then left hip. So many people at the moment I know are struggling with hips. So important to keep all this movement going. Hug the knees in for a moment, just rock. And then we'll come up to seated just to warm up our neck and upper body. Come onto cushions if you want to. I always prefer. It just allows me to sit more upright, even if it's just for a few moments. Okay, you can rest hands to Chin Mudra. Let the eyelids just gently close. Tune back into the breath consciously. And chin down. Such a simple, gentle movement can really reveal a lot of tension that we hold in this upper back, neck area. And then chin up to the ceiling. Where do you feel any sensation or compression? And down again. And once more up. When you do this, do you feel the same things each time? And then come back to centre. So we'll tilt the head right and left. Which side feels tighter today, perhaps? Because we always have a very slight imbalance all the time. Coming right and then left. Coming centre, and then we'll twist to look over the right shoulder and left. Same again. Just be aware of whether your breath has become quite shallow or whether you're still belly breathing. Returning to center. And then finally, just take the chin down. Full rotation each way. I think you'll find this movement is the one where you'll notice all the crackling noise in the neck. I don't think it escapes anyone, that noise that you hear. And then just bringing hands onto shoulders and just rotate. Loosening up whatever we're holding here, physically, emotionally, and another way. Okay, coming off cushions, just coming into butterfly, and then we'll come into a cat stretch. How does it feel? Take some deep belly breaths here, just a few deep breaths. Feel the whole back open up. Okay, releasing. Join me in a cat stretch. So coming to neutral first, checking in with the flow of the breath, and on the exhale, arching up. Pushing into the mat with the hands and the tops of the feet. And inhaling into cow. I find this particular movement early on in your practice will really reveal whatever is going on with the spine and the back, and just gives us that kind of heads up with where we need to be gentle through the rest of the yoga. Might not necessarily be injury, it could be just tightness in the muscles, tension. And then we'll come back to a stillness. Neutral spine, pull back into child's pose. Take the knees wide if you want to, drop the head down. And if you can, just really creep your fingers forward so that your arms are lifted off of the mat and you're starting to pull the shoulder blades away from the spine. And that always feels really nice in the muscles in the upper back. A few deep breaths here. We can breathe belly against our thighs. Okay, lifting the head slowly, we'll just creep our hands backwards towards our body. Toes turn under for a nice little refresh through the plantar of the feet. And then we'll come to standing. We'll work through some of our chakras today and allow the poses to sort of guide us through from roots. So we'll begin with tree. Sometimes it's nice to flip your practice in a mental way into working through your energetic body rather than necessarily just a bunch of poses working through your physical body. So opening into Tadasana, a grounding posture, lifting your toes and planting each one down, and just having that consciousness that we have 10 toes and each one is connected to our mat, because we forget all these things. We forget about the arch of our feet, the heel of our foot, the outside edge, and just that connection we have with our Mother Earth. Palms facing forward are a lovely open and receptive manner to welcome in whatever comes today. And so we'll lean into the right leg, the right side, our masculine side, this sun energy, and just bringing the foot up wherever you feel you are feeling steady today. High or low, it doesn't matter, it's all a balance. And breathing to the belly, that deep breath. You can try and imagine that you are a tree and there are roots growing from the sole of your foot now. How steady are you? Are you swaying a lot? We'll take the arms up as we breathe in. Opening up our branches. And then inhale back to the heart. And release. Shaking your leg if you need to. And left foot, I like to lift the foot, plant the foot down again, toes, spreading those toes wide, lifting into that arch, weight into the left side, feminine side, our calm, intuitive side, and then noticing how we feel here. This pose, tree pose, is such a great way to establish if you're sort of excessive in your feminine or your masculine, depleted, where the imbalance of flow is through our body. And then we'll inhale up and out. And together as we breathe in and come down. Lovely. And release. Hatha yoga is all about the left and the right balance of the body. So the masculine, the feminine, the ha and the tha. Sun, moon. So it's nice to actually centre our awareness on our poses in that respect sometimes, rather than just arms moving, legs moving, that kind of thing. We'll come into a couple of forward folds. So inhale, take the arms up. Lovely long stretch to the body, and then as we forward fold, it's a lovely honouring posture. Let's just sort of dangle into a ragdoll. Hands can come to the mat, or if you prefer, it's sometimes nice to hold on to the elbows, pull on those upper arms, whatever feels good for you. So this first forward stretch of the day, perhaps for you, and we are stretching the whole back of the body. And this is very lovely for your bladder meridian. You can nod yes, and shake the head no, and to release a little bit more tension that we're always holding in the head and neck. And then when you're ready, breathe in, slowly coming up, stacking the vertebrae, thinking about all those chakras that we're sort of moving through, those invisible energetic centres. Okay, and then rolling. So come down to the mat. When we come into sacral chakra, hips are very much involved. So we'll take the legs wide, open up through our hips here, coming into a nice wide-legged stance. Just walk the pads of your buttocks out so you do feel your sit bones connect to the mat, and we'll take the arms up and gently forward fold here. And so as we gently lean into this pose with a nice straight back, gently flexing into the feet, you're going to feel that lovely stretch on the inner legs. Liver and kidney and spleen meridians are stimulated here. Taking some deep belly breaths. Gently coming up, we'll walk the hands in. Let's bring that left foot into the centre. And we'll lift ourselves tall. We're going to turn towards the right leg and raise the arms. Coming forwards. So perhaps you feel it more in your left side of the body, left hip. Trying to relax your right knee if you notice that that gets all tense. And just taking a few moments here to be still, but breathe into that left side of your body. And we'll gently walk the hands back, swapping our legs over. So just extend your left leg, right foot in. And we're going to feel into our right hip. So again, just turn towards your left foot, raising the arms on the inhale. And coming forwards. Feeling that deep stretch into the right side. Try not to let the breath become shallow. Just always gently come back to a belly breath. And feeling all that lovely movement into the right side of your body. Okay, gently coming up, walking hands back in. And we'll bring our feet into butterfly again. So our first one was always just a sort of a gentle stretch, but let's come into this one properly. So inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, leaning forwards with a nice flat back, just dropping the hands wherever they come. Bound angle pose, this is. Butterfly. And so as you lean forward into this pose, perhaps you can feel that deep pull around both hips, lower part of the back. Gently trying to relax inner thighs and your calf muscles if they're overly tense. And just thinking about that lovely orange colour that links with our sacral chakra, our hips, joy, passion, creativity, emotions in our relationships. How often in life do you allow yourself to feel joy and not feel guilty for doing something that pleasures you? Whether it's a hobby or just sitting quietly reading your book, no one bothering you. Do you allow yourself your pleasures, what you enjoy? Or do you feel guilty? Let's gently just bring our hands back to our body. Bring the knees in, have a moment to release. Just pause in child's pose for a moment. Maybe bring the knees together this time and drop the head down, hands back to the feet. This little compression, this little ball we make. Again, another grounding pose for root. Take some deep breaths. And a lovely stretch for your spine here. Bringing hands to the side of the head, we're going to come up and come into sun salutation, which is a beautiful one for our solar plexus. Joining me at the top of your mat. Get a little bit of movement. We won't go too fast. It's a very warm day. The sun is already out. So hands to heart at the top of your mat. And as we flow through this, bring awareness to that center above your navel, Manipur chakra, lovely sunny energy here. So deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, salute our beautiful sun, keeps us alive and everything growing. Folding forward gently, listening to your spine, hands on the shins for a moment, and then lifting, looking ahead, flattening the back. Palm, hands down, the right leg comes back. And just take a moment here as we stretch into equestrian. Lovely low lunge, opening up through our hip flexors. And then down dog as we turn our back toes under. Lifting our tailbone, strong arms, grounded hands. And we'll walk the dog for a moment. Let's pace the feet. And just seeing if we can stretch through the back of our legs. Your heels don't have to come down, mine never do. But just enjoying that deep stretch here. Okay, taking a breath, deep breath in. And as we exhale, knees come down, lowering down. Flowing through the pose of 8 curves into Sphinx. And here we also work into our sacral and root chakra. Lifting the head up, ears away from the shoulders, trying to relax buttock and lower back if they're very tight. Take a few breaths. And then we'll bring hands under the shoulders, pushing back up into our down dog. And just enjoying how that movement we get into our lower spine. From here, left foot forwards. Low lunge, gazing up. Nice stretch here. And then feet together. At top of the mat. Sweeping up. Okay, other side. So deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Gentle back bend. Folding forward. And lifting, looking ahead. Left leg back. Just a pause. Really try and lower those hips and the pelvis. Enjoy the stretch here. Down dog. And again, we will just bend each knee and really just sort of swing the hips up to the sides and just feel a little stretch through the side of the waist. And coming back to stillness, deep breath in. Exhaling, coming down all the way back. And we'll flow now into Cobra, Bhujangasana. And then up into down dog. Feeling lovely strength through the arms. Right leg forwards. Gazing up. Feet together. And sweeping up. Okay, feeling vibrant. You can feel it in your solar plexus. The waking up of that kind of sluggish energy maybe. Let's take Shavasana just for a moment. Have a few moments to tune into root, the lovely red energy at the base of our spine, that lovely glow of an orange around our lower belly and lower back. We've woken up our solar plexus, bright yellow energy above our navel, mid part of our back, linked with the liver, the gallbladder. So the lower three chakras are the more kind of material, the earthly, the physical side of ourselves. And now we shortly come up to our heart center, which is that middle chakra that links the lower, more physical with the upper, more spiritual centers. And all of these energy centers are ideally balanced for us to function well. When one is out of balance, sometimes it tips another one out in an excess or a deficiency. Just take one more lovely deep breath and a long sigh. And then we'll draw our knees in, right one, then left one. Enjoy a gentle rock here. Circles, maybe. As you roll in circles, you feel a bit more of the outer body, outer back. Okay, we'll come into bridge for heart. So feet to our buttocks, palms down at the side of our body, engaging gently into lower belly, pelvic diaphragm. And then when you're ready, pushing through your heels, coming up, lifting your body away from the mat, pushing down into the earth. This is lovely for root chakra, as well as our heart center, throat as well. Let's just pause here for a moment, take a couple of breaths, feeling strong in the thighs, the buttocks, and lower back. On your next exhale, just start to roll down. Still feeling engaged until that point where we just roll out that tailbone and then everything can just start to relax for a moment. Okay, breathing in, coming up again. This time bringing the shoulder blades towards our spine, lifting up through our chest a little, keep the head straight and try and keep the legs nice and parallel. There is a tendency for knees to want to go outwards. but still strong engagement here. Rocking, if you're rocking onto the outer edge of the feet, just try to balance. Deep breath in. And part the shoulders, lower down. One vertebrae at a time. Rolling out. And we'll do that one more time. So inhaling, coming up. Again, bring your shoulders behind you. Bring your hands together if you can clasp them behind your back. Nice strong arms. Don't rock onto the outside edges of feet. Nice straight legs. Okay, deep breath in. Release the hands, throw your shoulders and roll down. Just those three. Extend your legs into Shavasana for a moment. Feel all the energy buzzing through your legs. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll draw the knees in, right leg and then left leg. Making some small circles. Okay, so I'd like to do fish pose because this works specifically for heart and throat. Lovely joint one together. So coming back into lying on our mat. When we come into these poses, try to bring the thought of green and pink to your heart energy and a lovely pale blue to your throat. I like to kind of almost imagine like a mist surrounding these areas of the body, and also join in with the kind of the red and the orange and the yellow. We're creating a beautiful rainbow around ourselves in our mind. So fish pose, palms facing down, slide them under your buttocks so you're sitting on the backs of your hands, and then just lift your chest gently just to tuck the upper arms underneath as well. So from here, we're going to bend at the elbows as we breathe in and come up. Your feet might creep forward a little bit, that's fine. Looking at your toes, and if you're fine here, stay here if there's issues with your neck. Otherwise, if you can, let the head fall backwards. Your chest will lift a little bit more, opening through our heart center and our throat. And just holding here, breathing, feeling strong through your arms. When you're ready, breathe in. Take your head up to gaze at your toes again first, then gently lower down. Release through your hands. Just have a moment in Shavasana. We're going to do that one more time, but just take a moment. You might feel a bit tingly through your arms where you've been lying on them. Tune into your lower back, any sensation there, but also heart and throat. Can you feel a subtle activation in the energy here? Does it feel a bit more spacious through your chest? And it's always lovely to sort of tune into any emotions that start to sort of swirl around. In your mind's eye, in your inner dialogue, are you more expressive with your thoughts, connecting heart and throat? So we'll do that one more time. Just again, hand, palms down, under the buttocks, tuck the arms in. And then when you're ready, we'll bend at the elbows as we inhale, breathe in, coming up, looking at the toes. And then head coming back, lifting that chest, really opening up. If you want to, you can sort of lower down and bring the crown to the mat if you wish. I actually prefer to be a bit higher up. So enjoying that beautiful stretch in your throat, that stretch from your chin all the way down the throat to the chest. Breathing deeply. Inhale, take the head up, nice and slowly, then lower down. Take Shavasana. Nice long sigh. How do you feel in your heart center through your throat and neck? If you want to, just rock the head from side to side a few times. So right and over to the left. Just ease anything that you need to, ending on an even movement. Relaxing through your back. And then when you're ready, let's just gently draw the knees in. As we do this, we counterpose that lower back bend. You might sometimes just need to be slower when you bring your knees in sometimes, depending on what we've done before. So rocking and then rolling in a few circles. And then we'll come up. We're going to do some crown rolls, which will be lovely for our third eye and our crown. So kneeling on your knees, bringing your forehead to the mat. So as we're centered more around our chakras today, and then the physical movement, secondary, thinking about the colour in your mind's eye with your third chakra, your sixth chakra, third eye. So you might see indigo or a purple, and then we roll onto the crown for violet or white. So inhale, rolling up. We'll do 5 of these, and then gently just roll down. Enjoy that real stimulation as you roll from your forehead up to your crown. And again, number 3. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you roll back. And just 2 more. And last one. Take a moment back in child's pose, and either hands down to feet, or if your knees want to come wide and your arms extended in Hatha Balasana, just bring that forehead down just for a rest and to observe the sensations. Perhaps you're feeling tingly in the crown of the head, and you can feel that gentle pressure where you were on your forehead. Take some deep breaths, feel them go down into your lower back, lower belly. And we'll lift our head ever so slowly, having had the head very low. Walk your hands back to your body. So I'd like to come into crow pose, which is something we haven't done for a very long time. If you have weak wrists, I would suggest doing this very gently. You can try it. It's actually something that will strengthen your wrists, but don't come up completely. You can use a block if you want to, because sometimes this pose, we do topple forward and we don't want to be headbutting the floor. Or if you've got your moon cushion, you could use that. Okay, so come onto your toes. Hands are on the mat. We take the knees slightly sort of to the outside, above our elbows, around the upper arms. And just for a few moments, we're just going to rock onto the forearms, keeping the toes still on the mat, and just come back. Just preparation, rather than going into this pose straight away all at once. Just rock the weight over the hands. Come back. We'll just do one more little kind of practice rock. And then come back. And then if you want to, trying to come into crow pose, where we balance over the hands and we take the toes off of the floor. It can be very difficult, and it's finding that kind of, as I say, it's the balance. Sometimes we'll come back and sometimes we might feel like we're going to topple forward. So if you feel ready, just lean with the weight over the hands, and then when you're ready, you can bring the toes away from the mat. And it might only be for a few moments. Sometimes if you haven't done it for a while, that's all it will be. Take your time. We'll do that one more time, just have a little go. If this is hurting anywhere or aggravating anything, don't do it. So it's finding that balance and then taking toes away when you're ready. And then coming down. Doesn't have to be for long, it's just nice to explore. So when you're finished, just join me in a seated position. We will do Nadi Shodhana, which is also wonderful for your third eye and very calming. Ready for a nice meditation. So today we have worked through all of our energy centers. Just take a deep breath. If you need to just rotate your hands and wrists, make a little ball and just rotate round, then you can. It's very intense on the wrists, but it is something that will strengthen them if you do feel that there is a weakness there. It has helped me in the past. Okay, Nadi Shodhana. Palms facing upwards. Close the right fingers to thumbs. Left hand left open. And we'll just do a minute or so. A few minutes. So just breathe with the left hand open. Explore your left nadi, Ida. And notice if it feels lovely and open and free-flowing, or if there's a sort of a blockage in the breath. And then close that hand. Let's open the right hand now. And notice Pingala. And we'll close the right hand. So open the left, we'll start Nadi Shodhana. So breathing in, left hand open. Close, exhale, open the right. In through the right, we close and open the left. And we all know this practice very well, so enjoy that sensation like you're breathing through one nostril and out the other. And almost like you're breathing in the other nostril. And then out that first one. Following the breath up to the top of the nose and down the other side, like it's going up and down a mountain. And taking your internal gaze to your third eye. What do you see with that sixth sense? Our eye that we have beyond the physical eyes. Many of the mystics throughout the world and life do say that we are a soul with a body rather than a body with a soul. And however long the soul has been in existence, I wonder what it has seen. All contained perhaps within this ancient third eye. So as you come to the end of your next round, as you breathe out the left side, you can just release Nadi Shodhana. Relax back, come into relaxation now. And we'll have a nice guided chakra meditation. So relaxing your body and now your mind. And we're going to walk through the chakras. We will link them with crystals in a nice beach scene. So if you can imagine a tropical beach, you might have one in mind, or you can just create an image in your mind of what this would look like. You're barefoot and you're walking down by the water's edge, and it's so clear. The warm but fresh water just laps over your toes as you walk in the sunshine with a breeze. You are happy and comfortable and carefree and full of joy. Your heart is open and expanded. You feel grounded. You just feel blissful. Know these feelings. We know these feelings innately in our deeper self. As you walk, you're going to come across these beautiful little crystals. And the first one you come across as you look down is a lovely red stone. And this one resonates with your root chakra. Perhaps you see a ruby, a lovely deep red ruby. Just collect it into your hand and know this resonates with feeling connected to the earth and grounded in the place that you're in, and safe and secure and deserving of your life. As you walk a bit further, you see an orange stone, a carnelian, resonating with our sacral area of our body. Picking it up, popping it in your hand. And this enhances how you feel about your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your loved ones, the rest of the world, even people you don't like, how you relate to them, how you flow in life, whether you are always coming up against resistance or whether you let go and you surrender and things are easy for you. As you walk through the edge of the water, see as you glance down a lovely little yellow stone, and this is citrine. Citrine links with our solar plexus and our feelings of self-worth. Sometimes these feelings can be really damaged in childhood when we're brought up and we don't feel like we're good enough, we are seen and not heard, we aren't able to express ourselves and have our sense of self. You are who you are and you are enough. So holding onto this stone encourages a beautiful balance here. Soon you find a lovely little green stone, adventurine, for opening your heart centre. To be open and loving to the things that maybe would upset or displease other people, to see what upsets us in life and shine love on it. Many things that we see that disagree with us are triggers for our own self-development. There's something historically we've not dealt with. But if we can sort of shine love on it, shine on love on other people who don't maybe see our own point of view, but respecting it and knowing that they are on their spiritual path as well, and one day they will reach another level. We're all at our own level, and we can't impose another growth on someone else necessarily. Further on we walk and we find a little pale blue stone, perhaps a blue lace agate for our throat. Sometimes in life we might have found it difficult to express ourselves. Maybe we didn't trust what we even felt, which is where the heart and the throat connect, and our solar plex and our sacral and heart and throat connect. They all connect. If you don't understand how you feel, how can you express it? Perhaps you do want to express it, but in the past you've been reprimanded for getting angry or having a temper tantrum, and we've learnt to hold within how we actually feel and suppress. This will help us be kind in how we want to share our feelings with others. We find an amethyst for our third eye as we tune into our intuition and know when we should do things, when to hold back. And finally, a lovely quartz, a clear quartz for our crown, which opens us up to our spirituality, whatever that means for each one of us. Go and lie under a palm tree and place the red one, the orange one, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple and the clear quartz in the places of your chakras. And just having a few moments to lie here and enjoy this. I'm going to invite you to try and imagine also the colours of the fifth dimensional chakra energies. The rainbow ones are linked with the third dimension. And so these colours are the fifth. At your root, imagine platinum. Platinum root all the way down the legs. At your sacral, magenta. Just see if you can bring these colours into your mind's eye. At your solar plexus, a golden rainbow. Can you create this in your mind? And at your heart, I want you to see a beautiful, pure white light. Your throat is a royal blue, deep royal blue. And both your third eye and your crown have a crystal quality. Perhaps tuning into the quartz crystal. Notice how your energies feel as you resonate from the third dimensional colours to the fifth dimensional colours. And just taking a few more moments, observing what you're feeling, thinking. As you relax there still, another layer of drawing in energies that are beyond our sight, are to also invoke archangels. So our root and our sacral are linked with Archangel Gabriel and the female counterpart Hope. And just seeing if in your mind's eye you can notice anything. Our solar plexus, Archangel Uriel and Aurora. At our heart, Archangel Chamuel and Charity. At our throat, Archangel Michael and Faith. Our third eye, Archangel Raphael and Mary. And our crown, Archangel Jophiel and Christine. So as you just have a few moments here, you could imagine beautiful archangels just surrounding you. Whether you can see it in your mind or just a thought, it's lovely and uplifting. So gently take a breath. I'm going to start to wiggle fingers and toes. Gently start to create some more movement in your body. Maybe just roll the head. Nice full body stretch. Deep breaths. Slowly coming back into your day in another very energetic body, in a different place from when you started. If you can get off your mat a different person that you came on, it's always lovely. Bring the knees in, have a rock, and just in your own time, you can roll up to seated. We'll chant our 3 Oms. Again, this is lovely, resonating through our heart, focused on our third eye and then our crown. So not only a physical movement, but a subtle body practice today. So just bringing hands to Chin Mudra. As you Om, focus on your third eye, and the silence afterwards is your crown. When you're ready, deep breath in. And then we'll bring our hands together, rub the palms, they're probably already warm, and then placing them over the eyes, gently blinking, allowing the light through as we draw hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.